Police shoot crazed man who shot cop. Mom demands investigation. The New York Police Department received a call at almost 2 in the morning from a resident of an apartment building in Harlem. The caller reported a naked man behaving erratically in the hallway of the apartment. When police officers arrived at the scene, they found the 29-year-old Victor Hernandez fully undressed and aggressively roaming the building, scaring the residents and making inappropriate gestures. The police were told that Hernandez was behaving in a very odd way that night before he started harassing residents, breaking glass, and banging on terrified neighbors' doors. Police officers then proceeded to the second floor, where they found the suspect in a shooting stance with nothing more than a handgun. Security footage captured the moment NYPD officer Christopher Wintermute approached the suspect as he fired his 9mm pistol, shooting the officer in the chest. Luckily enough, the bullet was halted by Wintermute's ballistic vest, which allowed the officer to return fire from the ground. Oddly, the first few gunshots did not stop Hernandez from firing. He continued punching the officer in the face and even attempted to take his firearm. Officer Wintermute and 2 backup officers fired a combined total of 17 shots, 10 of which struck Hernandez before he was finally neutralized. Despite the official report that confirmed Officer Wintermute being shot by Hernandez's gun and the video footage showing the suspect's gunfire and subsequent physical hand-to-hand combat, not everyone was convinced that the deceased criminal deserved to be shot dead. Hernandez's family has been actively challenging the police officer's response. According to the New York Post, Maria Hernandez, a veteran who's been an NYPD officer for 19 years, accused her fellow officers of wrongfully shooting her son. Within hours of Officer Wintermute's release from the hospital, the grieving mother started contesting the department's reasoning for opening fire on her mentally ill son. This has to be fully investigated by an outside source cause it makes no sense. Bronx cop and greeting mom Maria Hernandez told the Post via text message, referring to son Victor Hernandez. Did they even try to tase him? Ms. Hernandez has firmly rejected her own department's results and evidence confirming that her son was at fault. Not only that, she even demanded an external investigation to be conducted regarding her son's death. Ms. Hernandez has yet to comment on the security footage that clearly captured her son starting fire on her fellow officers, but she still maintains that officers should have used a taser instead of immediately resorting to gunfire. Her husband also admitted that they wouldn't accept charges against their son even if the police had taken him alive. His father, Thomas Hernandez, added via text of his son, "I would rather have him in jail fighting a case than dead." Ms. Hernandez denies that her son was violent. She refused to even admit that her son could be aggressive in any way. She even described him as a family man who worked hard for his children. She claims that he wasn't involved in illegal drugs and has no history of mental illness. "He was a hard-working, great father of 2 children," she wrote, "who worked hard full-time and did side jobs to raise his children and went to Lehman College after work. He paid his taxes and was a good citizen. He only ran in with the police where there were no domestic violence, drugs, or gun charges. No mental history. He was a good man and the world is a darker place without his bright light." Even though there was an entire video footage of their son shooting police officers, the Hernandez family still insists on an external investigation to be conducted. NYPD officials released a statement about the incident, where they announced that the shooting would be probed. However, the department added that the procedure is standard for all police-involved shootings, especially those that also involved a public danger in a closed space. "Like all our officer-involved shootings, there will be an independent investigation," said Kevin Maloney, Deputy Chief of the Force Investigation Division. "In this case, it will be conducted by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office." The family pledged to pursue their own independent investigation into their son's death, despite seeing a third-party video and body cam footage showcasing their son's attempt at murdering a police officer. They were still convinced that their son was innocent and that he was wrongfully killed.